Hello, Bobby in Greensboro, North Carolina. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and I'm going to show you how I cut reading glasses, high quality reading glasses for your RayBan 7017 color 5196, which is the matte black and the 54 eye size. I'm going to take everything out of the original packaging as RayBan sends it to me. Your Italian leather RayBan case, your RayBan cleaning cloth, and your RayBan frame, which comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. And I'm going to put that on there when I ship to you. And I'm going to pop out your original demo lenses. Of course, this frame, the matte black with the matte black temples, the rubber insignia, and the rubber temple tips. I'm going to pop out your original demo lens, one of which says RayBan. Of course, you're going to be receiving all of this when I ship to you. But I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my edger and hit start. Everyone wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why. This stylus is going to pop up and it's going to go around and trace the right side of the frame before doing the same thing for the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Now, Bobby contacted me because what he wanted was high quality reading glasses instead of the over-the-counter ones. So that's what I'm going to make for him. So that is the shape of your lens, only magnify. If I minify it down to the actual size, that green outline is the shape we will be cutting. I'm going to magnify it while working on it. Your pupillary distance is 61, which is 30.5 for both eyes. I'm going to tap this minus button, and your pupillary distance is going to go down in 0.5 millimeter increments till we get to the one we want. I normally would raise up the optical center, but for reading glasses you're looking downward, so I want to keep the optical center in the center of the frame. I'm going to take, or the center of the lens I should say, I'm going to come down here to my lensometer, make sure we're zeroed out, put the power drum on +2, take each lens out of the protective sleeve, put it in, find the optical center of the lens, put a dot on the center of the, of course every dot but the center one showed up. So let me darken that one. We're going to label this one right, and let me go ahead and use my thumb and clean those off because I only need one. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. These are spherical lenses, meaning that the power at least is a spherical component. These are aspheric lenses, and I'll get to that in a moment. Darken that and put an L on here for left. If you missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, what a bad joke, but you'll be telling it tomorrow. I groaned when I first heard it, but then I have to start using it in every video. So I'm going to take the right lens, put it onto the platform. This is a block. Let me use these two, as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting, so I need to use two double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I have up here. I'm going to put two up here. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick this one onto the first block. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now on the back is a magnet. That's going to do its job twice tonight. The first time is going to hold it in place in the arm of the blocker. We're going to put that in there. We're going to line up the lens so it is just in there perfectly. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. If we were to measure vertically and horizontally, that blue cross is the dead center. Your eye is just inset from there. So that's the reason I put the dot on there. It's going to go right there over that. Hopefully you can see that little orange graph. Check one thing. Yeah, we're good to go. I'm going to hit that button. The arm's going to come down and place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up that magnet into the arm. Get that. Now your pupillary distance has mirrored the right lens. We're there at the left. I'm going to put that optical center exactly where it should be. Hit that button. The arm's going to come down and place the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy their own. Put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home. You won't need this guy with the bad jokes anymore. But the right lens, let's go ahead. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center with that channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. I'm going to, now the magnet's going to do its job its second time tonight, and it's going to hold it in place into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. But there's a corresponding magnet on the inside. I'm going to wake up the computer. That is the shape of the lens we will cut. This is polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that, but we're going to stay with polycarbonate. I do not want to polish the edge of your lenses because they won't be seen. I do not want to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a safety bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. I'm going to hit the start button. The door is going to close, the clamp is going to shut, and then the lens is going to be traced by the two white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the right side of the frame. And it's actually going to do its job twice tonight. Measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens to know exactly where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness. Of course, you won't have any edge thickness, but if I wanted to, I can move the bevel forwards or backwards to give you the best cosmetic look. Now, if you see light flickering in the background, that is water to catch the optical sawdust that comes off of the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high index plastic, and Trivex cut wet with water spraying on them. Water will spray onto the lens for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, but that's only to wash away the optical debris that you see beginning to form on the edge of the lenses. Now, as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. They are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. I like seeing that magnified as I move that in front. As I said, it does have 100% UVA and UVB protection. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your eyes. I'm sorry, than your skin. Your eyes are more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, this is permanent and will never need to be reapplied should you ever have to go out on your porch. Now, these are just reading glasses, but if you ever want to go outside and use your laptop or iPad or a cell phone, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, the other nice thing about your lenses are they are aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. Now, your prescription is spherical. That's completely different. You have no astigmatism correction. The lens itself is aspheric, meaning that not only is it thinner and lighter, but the front curvature of the lens is much flatter to fit today's flatter curvature frames. Now, most reading glasses have spherical lenses, which makes it look round and bulbous and gives you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. This is much flatter and it's going to look much better. Now, you should understand that because Bobby is also a very experienced photographer who has an extensive background in all types of photography that we discussed before shooting this video. That has led him, he even got the gig shooting homes for productions, and I have a very good friend who does that, and that actually led him to go into real estate after shooting the houses. He works for Keller Williams Real Estate, so if there's anyone in the Greensboro area who's looking for a home now, and you better shop fast because the housing market in North Carolina is unbelievable. Here in Durham, an hour later, stuff is going for sale the day it is listed. It is actually going above the asking price. The bidding wars have started, and houses are selling for 10 to 20% more than their asking price, just because there's not enough homes being built in a fast-growing community such as Raleigh-Durham or the Greensboro-Winston-Salem Triad area. So I'm going to tuck the I'm going to tuck the right lens in at the left side of the frame and push down with my thumbs until it snaps in there. I'm going to flip that over to L, which is left, to do the same thing. Put it in, hit the green start button, the door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced again by the two white styluses, just like it did for the right side, but this time making sure that the left lens is large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing that shape. And as always, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness. And what do you know? No edge thickness whatsoever with this prescription in this frame. That's why I only use the thinner, lighter weight aspheric lenses. So I'm going to go ahead and take this block off, pull the sticker off. I'm going to come back down here to my lensometer and measure. I need to put some more ink in there too. Let me do that. Let's do that for the show, shall we? Where's more ink? Come on, where's my ink bottle? Where's my ink bottle? Where are you? There it is, behind my water bottle. Let's put that in there. And because my ink wore off, I'm going to put another dot on there. I'm going to find the optical center of your lens and put a dot on the lens. There we go. There's a good dot. Now the power again is +2. This is a very easy one to read. You need 8 steps of magnification. You are farsighted. Just up close you can't see that well. So you need 8 steps of magnification. That is why there is a plus sign. These lenses will actually magnify the image that you're looking at. 8 steps of magnification, so you're on the 8th rung of a ladder in order to see clearly. So, where are we at? Where are we at? Now, he was telling me he has tried all different types of lenses, computer lenses, progressive lenses, and none seem to work, as well as reading glasses. It gives him a much wider, a much larger field of view for the type of work that he's doing, a lot of paperwork and real estate. So, he was tired of the cheap, over-the-counter ones that he could find, and he wanted a nice, high-quality pair. Again, my receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, even though these are so-called reading glasses. They come with high-quality springs, and of course the RayBan frame, RayBan case, and RayBan cleaning cloth. And he does not have to suffer with the cheap over-the-counter reading glasses anymore. Plus, a lot of people don't like to be seen wearing those. So the arm has come out. At the end of that arm is a spinning wheel. That is what's applying the safety bevel to the rear concave surface of the lens. Even though no part of this lens protrudes out of the back surface of the frame, I always like to do that just in case. Let's open this up, take that out, dry the lens off. Remove any optical debris that may be on the edge of the lens. Dry it off again so the water came squirting out from underneath there. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, press down at the nose. That snaps in there perfectly. I'm going to take this block off, pull the sticker off. Hey, what do you know? The red dot's still there, although somehow I managed to wipe it off again of the right side. So we're going to come back down here, check the power above that red dot, and we're getting +2 magnification. Let's come down here, put the dot on there. I have a very rebellious dot on the right eye. It does not like to be seen. So I'm going to measure the pupillary distance here, put the PD stick against my thumb, and I'm getting 61 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Of course, this is the portion of every video that as I clean your lens, I mentioned that when you get these in the mail, and free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And I'm no different, and I'll show you that in just a moment, but because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first. But yeah, just stop by your local optical shop and they can either tighten them or loosen them. Just tell them what they're not doing right. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses properly. But I will, as I mentioned, get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. I flip them over, press down. There is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly and that neither temple is askew. I check the tension on each spring hinge, and that is perfect. And of course, I'm going to include one of my own premium microfiber cleaning cloths. You're going to get one from RayBan. Not only do I include instructions on how to care for your frame and lenses so they last you for years, but I will also include instructions on how to care for your eyeglass case and cleaning cloth, so those too will last you for years. So if you get this and you see wrinkles in there, you know it works because I field test every one. You just run it along in a circular motion Now, as I mentioned to him on the phone, since he's into photography as an interest of mine, I include a photo request to have your picture on the website. Now, he's always worked behind the lens, but I've asked him to turn the camera around so he can take a selfie and put his picture on the website. So that's that. If anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the Contact Me button on the website. So Bobby in Greensboro, North Carolina, I hope you enjoy watching as I cut prescription reading glasses for your RayBan 7017 color 5196 in the 54 eye size, and hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.